systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello and welcome to this weekend's NASCAR Quick Hit here for SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame, and this morning we're going to be discussing the Brickyard 400 taking place at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But before we break down the Brickyard 400, let me of course mention us meaning here at SHIPIT Nation, SHIPITNation.com, special promo code for you. Code NAS75 gives you just $24. Gets you $24 for your very first month of all access plus SaberSim Core. NFL season is right around the corner, folks. Now is the time to try us if you haven't already. What does that $24 for your first month get you? It gets you the SaberSim Optimizer, the best in the industry. You get expert projections and ownership. You get the world famous Stone. You get expert slate plans. You get rankings. You get fantastic education courses by Hoop Tambo and the boys, and the very best Discord community in DFS. So once again, if you haven't already, code NAS75, $24 for 1 month of all access plus SaberSim. ShipItNation.com. You owe it to yourself if you haven't already. All right, let me get to this. Let me hide this, bring this, bang. All right, and my notes here. We're back in the home studio, folks. We don't have to whisper like we did last week in the hotel lobby. All right, this weekend at the Brickyard, we have roughly 112 Dominator points up for grabs, and I am recommending between 1 and 2 potential Dominator plays per lineup. And the big story, let me browse my notes over here so I can look at the stone on the screen. The big story out of practice and qualifying this weekend is Denny Hamlin. Denny was the fastest car overall in practice and was on a rocket ship of a qualifying lap. He was absolutely going to be on the pole, but he overdrove the car deep into the turn, smacked the outside wall first, and then careened and headed head first into the inside wall. So the Joe Gibbs number 11 Denny Hamlin entry will be rolling out the backup car for today's race at the Brickyard and is starting dead last. A friend to all of us once claimed that you don't play donkey chalk until you do play donkey chalk. Friends, Denny Hamlin is one donkey you should absolutely consider riding this weekend. Yes, he is going to be in a backup car. That does not impact my thoughts at all. Joe Gibbs Racing, top tier organization. Their backup car is probably just as good as the primary car. Plus, he's still plus 650 to win. You don't get plus 650 to win drivers starting dead last every week. So, free square, I'll let that for you to decide. But Denny Hamlin is a fantastic, fantastic play on Sunday. In other qualifying news, and not so drastic, is Hunter Nemechek, which is not somebody I normally speak about in these videos, but John Hunter was also a rocket ship in practice. Denny was first. Old John Hunter was second in the 1 lap, and then first in the 5, 10, and the 15. However, then in qualifying, he also hit the wall and only ended up with a 36th place starting position. There is a chance that he falls to the rear due to unapproved adjustments, repairs, etc. But he's starting 36th. We don't care if he falls to the rear, right? I do expect him to be very highly owned today because he is dirt cheap, and he was crazy fast in practice. So he, old John Hunter, lets you open up or check a lot of boxes, so to speak, when you put him in the lineup. Other than those two cars getting into the wall in qualifying, I think the big story has to be these Toyotas. We got 5 Toyotas starting up front. Chase Briscoe, in the slate plan on the website, I questioned, should he be labeled the new Rocket Man? Rocket Man used to be Ryan Newman's nickname, and maybe we give that to Chase Briscoe now. Chase Briscoe has 5 poles this season, including this weekend here at the Brickyard. And last year, this race was dominated from the pole. Last year, Reddick had the pole, dominated, led 40 laps, finished second. Briscoe is absolutely in the position to do similar. He won in Pocono just a couple weeks ago, and Pocono is by far the most comparable track to the Brickyard. Now, comparable meaning Pocono has 3 turns, the Brickyard has 4, but for the most part, Pocono is huge and flat, and the Brickyard is big and flat. So it's kind of hard not to see Briscoe having a great day today. And he's, for a Dominator, he's pocket friendly, 9,300. So love Briscoe today. Second, Bubba Wallace. Bubba dominated this race last year. Reddick dominated and led 40 laps. Well, Bubba dominated too. He led like 26, and he was fairly cheap last year. He's in the spot to do it again. He was very, very happy with his qualifying performance. He was quite upset when Briscoe beat him for the pole. It's going to be hard for Bubba to beat Briscoe on the start because he is starting outside of the front row. But we have seen crazier things happen. And if Bubba can get into the front and get clean air on the hood of his car, would not surprise me to see him lead 20 plus laps today. So could be a great GPP pick if you are focusing on place differential. Eric Jones, third. Legacy Motor Club came off firing quick. I don't know how much Eric Jones I will get to just based off the other big dogs around him, but Legacy Motor Club rolled off the truck quick. Let's see if they can keep it up. Reddick, as I mentioned earlier, Reddick dominated this race last year. Would not at all surprise me to do it again. However, I do think the front row, and especially the pole sitter, has quite the advantage at Indy. And Ty Gibbs, who is a part of the Nepo Baby $400 million bracket finale season challenge, whatever, today, him versus Ty Gibbs. So 5 Toyotas up front. They showed their speed right off the back. Then you got Willie B, the first Chevy, Hendrick Motorsports, starting in 6th. So I love Briscoe, Reddick, Willie B. Bubba, maybe GPP only. Next up, we got Buescher, Hocevar, Dinger, Cindric, Van Gisbergen, and Kyle Busch. I'm not really super into any of them. Buescher's kind of starting too far up for me for those Dominators starting in front of him. Hocevar, I love, but not at that price tag with the place differential plays behind him. The Dinger, Cindric, he's Team Penske, so I love, this is a spoiler alert, I love Team Penske today. For those who don't know, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is owned by Roger Penske, and the captain makes sure his cars are ready to roll. So I like Austin. I like all of Team Penske today, plus Josh Berry. Austin Cindric is probably my least favorite one of all of them, just because of where he's starting. But it would not surprise me at all to see him stay in and around that top 10 all day today. SVG, I have no idea how he managed an 11th place starting position. I can only assume he's going to fall all the way back. Kyle Busch, I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I think Kyle Busch can win every single week. I don't know how much Kyle Busch I'll be getting to today. Kyle Larson, he's currently plus 550 to win, I believe. Now, Willie B, at the time I made this PDF, was plus 450. I don't think those odds changed. Larson gives you place differential upside and race winning dominating upside. He won this race last year, but he only led 8 laps. So, love Larson today. Can he get to the front? We all assume that he will, but how long will it take him? And will he actually lead laps? That remains to be seen. Brad K, I have no real strong interest in him. Joey Logano, Team Penske, love it. Love Logano today. Seabell, he's an every week player pool driver. Josh Berry, Team Penske affiliated. He did terrible here last year, but he was driving for Stuart Haas then, and that team was slowly dying and crumbling around him. So I understand why he did terrible last year. I don't think he'll do so bad this year, so I'll take shots on Josh Berry. Gregson, Gilliland, Austin Dillon. Yeah, I don't really have strong feelings on any of those three. Bowman the Showman, I love him at $8,000, starting 21st. Yeah. Mike Mack, 6,500 in a Spire Motorsports Chevy. Sure. I wouldn't go out of my way to play him, but if he ends up in my lineups, I would not be upset. Ryan Preece has been surprising all season long. There's no reason to think he won't be surprising today. And now we hit some of our chalky place differential plays. We got Ryan Blaney. He's always starting in the middle of the pack, it feels like. And he's Team Penske. So his team is going to have him ready to roll. He wasn't very happy with his car in practice. I don't think that matters. I think he'll be up towards the front by the end of the day. Riley Herbst, look, I don't hate him if you need to save money. Is he better than Balicki and Leg? Probably. Where? Yeah. So if you got to save money, I don't mind taking a chance on Riley Herbst. Old Ty Dillon, he is the last of my favorite place differential plays today, just because it's Ty Dillon versus Ty Gibbs in the finale of the in-season bracket challenge today. And Ty Gibbs is going to try to win the race, and Ty Dillon is going to try to beat Ty Gibbs to win the $1 million. So he won't do it via raw speed, but he will do it via pitch strategy and some off-the-wall stuff. So for his price tag, I definitely do not mind taking the chance on Ty Dillon. Zane Smith, Justin Haley, he's like my least favorite Spire Motorsports driver, but it's good equipment. So if he's in there, great. He's probably not for me, though. Cole Custer, Chase Elliott. Look, I'm a Chase Elliott hater. I am the member of the Chase Elliott Haters fan club. Think of it like the Little Rascals and the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I'm the captain of the Chase Elliott Haters Club. Even I can't deny how great he has been lately. He has been awesome. He will probably be awesome again today. It's Hendrick Motorsports at Indy. I hate him. That doesn't mean he's not a great play, though. So we'll be playing some Chase Elliott today. And look, he's A+ on the rankings in 30th. You get that with him and Denny. So, yeah, gotta play some Chase. Mi amigo, Daniel Suarez, I have no interest in him. Recchi, I don't really have much interest in him, even though he did do well here last year. One thing I did want to note, the track ranking, it's only a one-race sample size. Because they only raced the next gen here at the Brickyard once in the past, which was last year. So he did well here last year. I'd be surprised if he does great again. Ross Chastain, I have him marked as a cash play. He's probably fringe cash play. He just has a lot of upside at that starting position. Yes, so does Denny, obviously. But Denny is $11,000 versus Ross's 8,300. So like me some Ross today. Cody Ware, no. Jesse Love, I think he has all the talent in the world. I don't like the car he's in, so I'm off Jesse Love today. John Hunter, crazy fast during practice, hit the wall during qualifying. As I mentioned, 36th place starting spot. I think a lot of people in cash games today will be starting with Denny, Chase Elliott, Hunter Nemechek, and then going from there. An easy way to get different this week is to just, fade John Hunter, but he is in a great spot to score lots of points at a very reasonable price tag. So beware if you do fade Josh Bilicki, leg, and then the chalk of all chalk, Dennis Hamlin. So, yeah, that's all my thoughts on the slate for today. I wish I could say this race is going to be a barn burner of a race. I highly doubt it. These cars will get spaced out. Passing will be difficult, and it will likely be a boring watch. However, there is also rain in the area. It hovers around a 50% chance of rain between 2 and 5 o'clock. So that is something to monitor. Obviously, I can't tell you right now as I record this video, it's going to rain. Be aware of that. But it is something to monitor. For what we need to know as NASCAR DFS players is if it rains beforehand, the race could get delayed and the lock time could possibly move and or change days completely. If the race starts and it makes it to halfway and the rains come, then the race is considered official. And at that point, NASCAR does have the ability to end it. So I can't say either way if the rains are going to come today, if the rains are going to stop the race halfway, anything like that. But it is something to monitor. Yes, NASCAR does have rain tires, but this is not the type of track rain tires would be deployed or used on. So if the rains do come, expect the race to get delayed, pushed back, possibly over halfway, etc. So it's just something definitely to be aware of. And let me quickly open my notes. Hey, that's all I got. All right. For any questions, if you're a member of SHIPIT Nation, please feel free to tag me on Discord. And as always, let's ship it.